Welcome everyone. My name is Eric and I am the security manager for IVDesk. I will be walking you through the use of the password reset portal for IVDesk today. This is a recording, so if you have any questions or comments specifically about this, please send them to passwordquestions@ivdesk.com. If you have any general questions, comments, or concerns, you can always direct those to our help desk at helpdesk@ivdesk.com. What we are doing at IVDesk this year is improving the security around identity management. Password resets are just a part of that, and we'll be seeing more of that in the next year or so. But first, one of the easiest things that we can do is put some controls around managing the password. For most online accounts or identities, the password is the only validation to your identity. That password might be the weakest link in the chain. So after today, we'll improve that link. Of course, that just means there will be a different link, which will now be the weakest link. And that's what IVDesk will focus on next. Cybersecurity is a process, it's never a destination, so we're never going to be done. There's always the next thing to improve, and that's what IVDesk is there for you guys for. So here are the first steps in how we're going to do this. Your company has already gotten an email and some documentation about this, but we'll quickly go over it again. At this time, we're going to make three significant changes. First, on the back end, we're going to tighten up the password requirements. Historically, IVDesk has let customers dictate their own security policies, and the reality of the world today is that for most of our clients, that's not good enough. As your IT department, we need to raise the bar a bit and enforce some stricter rules. The one detail you might notice first is that the password will now have an automatic expiration. That might be less convenient for you, but it's quite common on the internet nowadays. And again, all of these changes are for your own good. Secondly, we're going to give you a self-service portal to manage your own password. Our help desk doesn't need to know your password and shouldn't know your password, so we also need a way to verify you are who you say you are over the phone. It might be cumbersome or difficult to remember your secret questions when you're on the phone with our help desk, but remember, they're doing that for your security. It will ensure nobody else can make changes to your account, either maliciously or by accident. And lastly, third, we are changing the way you will get a notification. Since your passwords will expire more often than they used to, we need a better notification system. Previously, the built-in expiration notice was pretty easy to miss. First, you only saw it when you logged in. So if you went on vacation and didn't log in, or you're an email-only user or infrequent desktop user, you might never see it. Secondly, it wasn't very consistent. Different versions of servers that we have, different methods of logins, or just Microsoft being Microsoft meant that it was easy to miss. Sometimes it didn't pop up at all. We're doing some in-house customization to change that to an email notification, and specifically an email notification only. That way, you'll get an email on your phone or tablet or wherever you are, and it'll be there in your inbox sitting there waiting for you. It'll be pretty hard to miss. So what do you have to do? What you have to do for this is just pay attention for a few more minutes. The changes have already been made. We're rolling this out to every customer in 2017. So get yourself set up in the password portal when it's your time, as soon as you can, so that when that time comes to call the help desk for whatever reason, let's say your password expires, you'll be all set. You won't have any last minute surprises. Here's what the page looks like. Here's the link. We're going to plaster that all over the login pages, so you won't have to memorize that. There is documentation. There's a paper version of the instructions that I'll go over today, that either the point of contact to your company or the owner of your company already has in hand. This will be made available to anyone. If that key contact or owner of your company doesn't already have it for you, please reach out to our help desk or email us at passwordquestions@ivdesk.com. The documentation and some of the explanations I'll give toss out this phrase complex passwords, and that's a Microsoft term. Um, Basically, it's Microsoft's way of describing the amount of character sets. And a character set is, for example, lowercase characters is one character set, uppercase characters is another character set. And it's just Microsoft's way of describing your password must contain some of each of these categories. So, for example, you need 3 of the 5 categories at least, with that 5th category being something that we don't use in America here very often. So the Unicode characters would contain a lot of the foreign language characters, and most of our keyboards here just don't have that, and we don't use those. But if you do, take advantage of it. And lastly, passwords that contain dictionary words, just flat out English phrases, are a bad idea. I'd also like to leave you with this one last thing about passwords. And if you remember the rules like this, it should really stick. But passwords are like underwear. Just don't share them with strangers. And I'm going to drop out of this and give you a quick live demo. So here is our password reset portal. I'm going to go ahead and log in. Password demo. And I will be setting myself up for the first time. So I can only do this first option, which is lit up. All these other options are grayed out, and I can't click on them because I haven't finished my activities. Once I have those all done, I'll be able to do things like forgot my password, unlock my account. But first, let's go set our questions up. Again, we prove ourselves as not a robot. Then we log in. There's a couple basic requirements. It's got to be more than one character. You can't use it twice. You can't use the same answers twice. And you can't use the last question as your answer. So what company are you with? So I could put here IVDesk, but I'm going to be dishonest about this, and I'm going to put Nike as the company I'm with. My secret questions, you can just grab any one of these out of here. Let's say, what's my favorite food? And I'll be honest about this one, and I'll put taco. And I'll go, what is my favorite television show? And let's say it's Friends. And then let's go with how many pillows, something really obscure. How many pillows do you sleep with? And again, I'm going to be dishonest about this. So I'm going to put banana. And just for this demo, I want to make sure that I remember my questions here. And the some of the last questions here, I can create my own. So I could put something like, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? Or I could put something like 4 plus 4 equals, I could get crazy with it. And I am going to lie on this one. And I am going to put Star Wars as my math question here. One last question is, what is the magic word? This is just one of the mandatory questions we set up. So please seems like an obvious answer, but that would be a terrible answer. So let's put 2 words as the magic word. Seems less obvious, right? Then I shall set myself up here. Now I can go back to my home page, and you'll see these are all lit up again. The only thing that's not lit up is that my account right now is not locked. So I can't unlock a unlocked account. If your account is locked, you'll see this as a blue icon that you can click on and set yourself up. All right, let's pretend that I forgot my password. So I will prove that I'm not a robot. And then I will answer my questions. So what is my favorite food? I put taco. And what company are you with? I put Nike. But let's change this and let's say IVDesk, because I want to get it wrong. And so it says that that one was wrong. So let's put Nike there. And now I can change my password. So this was my old password. So let's just make this a new simple one. And I'm going to show you how that's not going to work, because this is not a complex password. So if I add a couple special characters and then some numbers and maybe a capitalization. Now, this is an okay password to use. So if I want to manage my own password, if I didn't forget it, it's a little bit different of a workflow. Let me log in and do that. So I'm going to manage my own password. So at this point, I haven't entered any password in. That's why there's all these CAPTCHA challenges, because I haven't proven who I am yet. But now I prove who I am, and I will be able to change my password again. So it's a subliminal message there. Super secret and really long passwords are better than complex passwords in 2017. Yes, so a really long password is better than a complex password. And so that one works out well. And that's pretty much the workflow here. This web page will time itself out after 60 seconds, so you don't have to worry about clicking that log off button if you walk away from your computer. Otherwise, that is about it. I hope that that was somewhat underwhelming. It shouldn't be that daunting, and it shouldn't be that difficult. Again, if you have any questions or comments, email us at passwordquestions@ivdesk.com. Otherwise, you can always reach us at the help desk at helpdesk@ivdesk.com. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.